Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, 20th of July 2018. So the pound yesterday taking out the 134.9 level before finding a bit of support. You can see there the market coming off the low and now heading back. So a close back above the 130 is required here. Otherwise we're going to see prices move lower. So certainly move lower during the week. Headed for this target, broke it, and it looks like he wants to come back and have another look at this level. Watch the 130 level. If prices do come back, they'll need to close above this convincingly in order to get any sort of bounce off it. And here you can see where the bounce came in at the S2 level on the pivots. Market down all the way. A bit of support there. In fact, you can see here when we got to 130 how they tried desperately to bring it back. It's the biggest bar. They shot it through. You can see the selling there, and then they tried to bring it back. The market traded sideways for several minutes there, certainly a good couple of hours actually, and then eventually broke and moved down. They tested, and then at the S2 level brought the market back. You can see overnight or late evening the market had a bit of a bounce there. Just drag this across, and we've been in a bit of a range since, and now heading for the 200 bar moving average, which the market will need to take back. We can see at the moment we're through the 130. When we got back through it here, the market came back, but here you can see we've got the volume to support this one moving higher there. In the news for today, what have we got? Absolutely nothing. Public sector net borrowing is the only thing that's out at 9:30 for the UK there. And in the Dow, let's have a look at the daily chart first. You'll see yesterday the market breaking the trend line, and overnight a lot of activity. I don't know why, as you'll see in a moment, but a big move overnight to the downside, which has since come off the lows and brought the market back. But we're back below the 76% retracement which we've had drawn in on this chart for some time. Yesterday then, inside the action, the market started higher and eventually was hit. Very narrow range yesterday. You can see that it's just 100 points from this low up to here, two blue psychological level lines, and then the market just got into a sideways coiling type pattern. That was about it. But overnight, yeah, you'll see where the market came back through the 25,100 level, through the 200 bar moving average at the DP, through the 20 bar, through the 50, through the close of yesterday, even though there was some buying pressure there, and the market just sold off straight down to the S2 and has since bounced back. So certainly an interesting move there, and I'm sure there's some explanation for this somewhere, but whatever it is, the market's managed to come back up to yesterday's low so far. And then finally in Bitcoin, we're all green at the moment, but the market yesterday not really making much of a headway, and overnight sideways as well. Like I said yesterday, it takes a bit more than what we're seeing at the moment to turn the market around. That was at more or less a few dollars to 20,000 in a short space of time, to then go back to those levels without some really good reason to do so. The accumulation of Bitcoin by the big boys is really required, and I keep saying this, but this low is not convincing at all. You need to see this sort of volume, but to the downside, a sort of climatic end to a shakeout and getting rid of the weak ones who can no longer take the pain, having bought in at 20,000, of which apparently, according to articles on Zero Hedge in the past, have been quite numerous. And of course, if you cast your mind back to December last year, people in the US taking out mortgages and refinancing their homes in order to get in on Bitcoin. As I said at the time, it's just financial suicide, chasing a move that's gone from several $100s to tens of thousands of dollars. You know it's a bubble, and eventually it will burst. And that's the same for the housing market, the stock market, the bond market as well. Okay, that'll do it for this one. If there's anything to report, I will let you know. Other than that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.